Alright, what's up, guys? So I just want to go over this list here of Supreme Court rulings, and my goal is to help people identify who their enemy is, right? It's not some person walking down the street. So, February 20th of this year, 2 weeks before the coronavirus outbreak, the Supreme Court ruled that they can force you to get vaccinated, right? Also, they ruled that a national quarantine is constitutional and necessary, right? 9,000 deaths over 9 months makes it necessary to lock down and destroy the lives of billions of people, okay? The point is, it's not about a virus that doesn't exist. It's about putting you in a position where they are your only hope, right? When it gets real bad, you're going to have to depend on the government or you'll die. And I mean, give me liberty or give me death. And the crazy thing is that this same government has trained people, conditioned them to fear death. So they will do anything to stay alive. It's crazy. Alright. The Constitution, all Supreme Court rulings here. The Constitution gives members of the Electoral College the right to vote however they please. Until this year, right, when 96% of Washington, D.C. voted for Joe Biden, now these electors have to vote the way of the popular vote. The popular vote has never mattered. People think they matter, they don't. Not to this beast. Here's my favorite one. The Supreme Court has made it clear that law enforcement agencies are not required to protect the citizens who the citizens are forced to pay for their services, right? Because this is all commerce. So the police don't have to help you. They can watch you get shot and drive off. At the same time, these same police officers, they do have the power to hold you down and give you a vaccine. Ain't that some shit? Know your enemy. So FISA courts, right? The entire idea of FISA courts is immoral and unethical. It means that if I'm well established in the government and I'm trustworthy, I can just ask for a warrant for somebody and get it. I don't have to have a reason. Just take my word for it. That's literally the opposite of how it's supposed to work. Here's the biggest and nastiest one. The Patriot Act, right? Back in 2011, 3 days after the Twin Towers thing, this 40,000 page document was written in 3 days, if you buy that, and sent to Congress. And of course it wasn't going to get passed. It was about protection from terrorism and all the shit we should do to hurt people, to prevent people from getting hurt. Wasn't going to work out, so they sent anthrax to people in the mail to sneak that through, right? People died and shit, so that the Patriot Act would pass. And for the record, no one was ever charged or accused or anything of doing this heinous shit because it was the government. So there's a giant list of this shit, right? And not just these illegal rulings, but psychological operations that are actually being used against the people. Giant list. It's pretty much the existence of the government is a psy-op. The issue is that people have no idea who the enemy is. But the enemy is Caesar, right? The enemy is the government. These people have the ability to stop anything dead, right? If you got a movement and you're trying to fix things, it's done. They infiltrate or they paint it in a bad way. Look at Nigeria, right? The country of Nigeria rioted, burned down police stations over corona lockdowns. And because they did riot, corona is out of Nigeria. It doesn't go there anymore, right? It knows there's trouble there, so it stays away. There's no corona in Nigeria now. The media, right, rather than say that they rioted over lockdown restrictions, they said the entire thing was about police brutality, right? They said one person died from police brutality. So all these riots happened, right? And this is familiar because the same thing happens here. They said it was about police brutality. It wasn't. I literally talked to someone from Nigeria, and that's how I know this. I went and looked. I went and see what everybody said about it. And of course, it was all police brutality. This is what they do. It's hard telling how many places have actually stood up and rioted, right? But they keep it quiet, because if everybody stands up at the same time, this shit's over with. The media doesn't let you see anything that they don't want you to see. If there's something they can use, they twist it, and then they show it to you, right? Or they give it a false label. If a group of people today ran in, which this is like a metaphor basically. If a group of people set up a new constitution that was fair and equal, right? These people in D.C., they ran up in there, they took over D.C., they took over local government agencies. The media would tell people there was a terrorist attack, and that the people that took over to fix things are actually Afghanistan, like they did with 9/11. I literally believe that before these people gave up power, right, before this government was dissolved and a new one that was fair was put in place, they would nuke the entire fucking city, right? They would rather die than lose the power that they have. And that's who we're up against. People that would rather die than lose control of these mindless ass mask wearing zombies. The way I see it, if you wear a mask, that means you surrendered. Just put a white mask on because you put just the white flag. Obviously. That's it though, guys. I just wanted to share. Peace out. Love you all.